So in the last video, SharePoint 108A, Part A, we showed you how to create that SharePoint Record Center site called DocManage. Now, in the following portion of this video, we're going to show you first of all how to set it up as a send-to location for a library, and then we're going to show you how to set it up as a send-to location from within your admin center, and then also how it can be used as a send-to location for your information management records policies. So having created that document management record center, I've navigated over to that, and you'll notice that what I've done ahead of time here, just while you were away, I've basically already created 3 libraries called training records, financial records, and policy records. And what we're going to be doing with this is demonstrating how you can set specific libraries within that management center, record center, to be used as send-to locations. So over on another SharePoint site now, what we'd like to configure is, if we were to select a document and navigate to Files, Send To, that basically our document management training records folder presents itself as a send to location. Right, so let's show you how to get that set up. So basically in this particular library, we'll navigate over to the Library tab, and then under Library Settings, we're going to navigate into Advanced Settings. Now within Advanced Settings, you'll notice there is a custom send to destination. So what I've already done is I've already determined the location of that training records library within our record center, and I'm just pasting in that address. Now what we probably want to do is give this a name, so I'm going to call this Doc Management. Again, forgive my typing. Doc Management Training Records, and down below we'll simply click OK. Now notice what happens is within that assessment records library, if I was to select one of these files and navigate to Files, Send To, we should now see Doc Management Training Records as an option. So what I'll do in the meantime is I'll select that particular Send To location, which brings up this dialog box here. And notice that this screen here, it basically specifies the destination automatically, and users can specify a name for this file. But just notice that this is a copy at the moment. When we configure this via the admin center, you'll have the ability as an administrator to determine whether it's a copy or a move as a default. So for this instance, I'll just go ahead and click OK, and then hit OK. Notice the copy operation was successful. Clicking Done. Now navigating back to the document management record center, within the training records library, we should see a copy of that file that's been transferred over. In the next portion of this video, we'll show you how to take basically the policy records library and define that as a send to location from within the admin center. Before we create the send to location, on our records center site just created, the document management records center site, having navigated to site settings, under content organizer settings, at the bottom of the page, you should be able to determine the send to location for your records center site. So this is what is known as a submission point. Basically copying that, we'll be using that in a little while. So back within the SharePoint Admin Center, and having navigated to the Records Management link, we'll be setting up a new connection for a send to location. So for the display name, we're going to basically, in this example, we'll use the Document Management, again my typing, the Document Management Center, which again is that custom defined record center previously. And for the send URL, I've already copied this address and I'm pasting it in over here. Now we can allow the manual submission from the send to menu. So i.e. in document libraries, does this location appear as a drop down on the send to menu? In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to configure this so it does a move action. And when we're ready, we're going to go ahead and click Add a Connection. Notice that you should now have the Document Management Center listed under your send to locations. So back within another site, if we were to select one of the files in the policies library, notice that on the Files tab under Send To, we should have our Document Management Center listed. And if we were to click that, the default action would be a move. If we were looking to define a information management policy by going to the library settings, now anyone who's been on our SharePoint Owners course would have learned that information management policy settings are a way that you can have SharePoint action documents based on dates. Now, for example, in this case, information management policy settings are going to be just demonstrated against the library, but this can also, of course, be done against content types. Now, navigating to information management policy settings and then choosing document, we can now define our policy. So, for example, the admin description would be archive policies. As an example, policy statement due to policy 12345. All documents older than, or policies older than 5 years will be archived to the Document Management Center. Okay. Typing Management Center. Enabling retention, we look to add a retention stage. Based on various conditions, you could then transfer it to another location. In this case, we could move to our Document Management Center and specify a reason for the transfer. So guys, hope that made sense. Quite a long video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We hope you got something out of the video, and yeah, we look forward to hearing from you guys sometime in the future. Thanks very much for your time. Cheers.